My new catchphrase is, "Not my job." So I got turned down for a promotion recently. I was told that I get distracted too easily and don't focus on my job. I got told that I need to stop trying to run in to be a hero if I ever want to be considered for a promotion. I was told that I need to work as directed. So for context, I have been doing my boss's work for him. When things at work get backed up, I will jump in to get things back in order quickly. My job has fairly specific jobs where we aren't supposed to change positions and we are to work as directed. I have gone to help out those outside of my job repeatedly since being hired. My direct supervisor and manager loves it when I go to help out. Well, that all stopped now. I even had the big boss try to tell me to help out a section that's outside my job description. My new catchphrase is, "Not my job." I had the bosses tell me that I am to do as instructed. I instead go to the union and get paid an extra to work in a different section. This has been the new trend for the past couple months. And today it all hit ahead. They have only one person in receiving for a 4-man crew. I work outbound. They cannot force me to work receiving based on the contract. Now the bosses are working in there and grievance is being filed. The bosses have stopped working and receiving is completely backed up. I just had my manager come and beg me to help. I told him, "Not my job. I need to remain focused on my job and not try to be a hero." Work has ground to a halt and the steward is demanding triple rate for anyone moved to receiving. Since management decided to work. Let's see how this goes. Boom. That's the sound of management shooting themselves in the foot. The truth is they refused your promotion because they need you to be the hero and cover everyone else's job. Do what we tell you to do. No, not like that. Lol. I'm have an exceptional work ethic and love this story. I still maintain my work ethic. But now only on my terms and only when I feel it is worth it and respected. I've never heard of being told not to do extra stuff if you want a promotion. But that distracted too easily sounds like the perfect way for corporate way to spin it. Most managers would describe employees performing as you described yourself as stepping up, not distracted. They obviously did not want to promote you, but chose a really idiotic excuse to justify the action. I would say that this calls for the classic Reddit refrain. Play stupid games. Win stupid prizes. I hope they enjoy their prize. Never in my life have I seen. Sorry. You work too hard to be promoted. Good on you. Make them work then. All the best to you. Left unsaid. If OP wasn't represented by a union, the bosses could have used this compliance to fire OP. Unions are important. You got Letterman. For context, the reason he didn't get promoted to replace Carson is because he did too good of a job at 12:35. And NBC wanted to keep the status quo and didn't want to lose that. They ended up losing him entirely. Your chain of command knew you were going above and beyond, and denied you a promotion to keep the status quo. They made up the BS justification to do so. Instead, they've ended up losing your above and beyond nature and are now stuck in the find out phase of FAFO. The unmitigated gall to actually say, not try to be a hero, on record. We've all known cretins who thought along those lines for sure. But to actually say it out loud. The arrogance. Glad you have a union to back you up. Similar thing happened to me. I was a worker bee. They laid off my manager. I stepped up and did some manager work on top of my own. With my department head's knowledge and permission. Department head sits me down and tells me he wants to make me the manager. If I'm keen, he'll start the process with HR. I'm keen, especially the big raise that comes with it. HR says no. I can't be a manager. Despite doing the work for months. They say I have to start small. Like organizing the team's vacation or something stupid like that. Do that for 6 months and then they'll see. I told department head, no thanks, and that I wouldn't be doing any of the manager work anymore. Including attending a huge off-site meeting the very next day. Had almost this exact same experience at an old job. My life almost instantly got less stressful and my boss was asked to step down 4 or 5 months later. 'Cause it turns out she couldn't do her job when I wasn't doing it for her. You are the hero we deserved. Take the upvote. Good for you. Stay union, stay strong. Outside the scope of my agreed upon role and responsibilities. Nice. I was with my last employer 7 years. Started off in a low entry-level position and would help out everywhere. It got me promoted, however they drilled this mentality of, there's no such thing as it's not my job. To the point the CEO and owner of company would berate you in the middle of the office if he heard anyone say it. I genuinely believed him and would help out anywhere. My breaking point. When the operations staff had been whittled down from 150 to 18 over 18 months and all that work was put on those who were left. I was told multiple times, don't worry, your job is safe, but I'd come to the realization it was only because I was doing all the work. I left and my current job is very clear about what your role is. Stay in your lane. I still find it hard to not do other people's work to help out when needed, but I'm certainly more aware of how toxic that previous work environment was. They are still struggling 2 years later and still working with minimal staff. Good manglement you have there. Please update us. Grin. Well, it could be that you were busy doing other things and weren't doing your core job, so now that you're sticking to your core job, they are suddenly realizing they need someone to step up for the other tasks. I wouldn't actually say, not my job, I would say that, I cannot do that because I've been directed by my manager to stick to the core tasks of my job and have been reprimanded for doing things outside my job. Quote.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.